Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Joel Valle and this is Trust Visuals. I'm a part-time personal videographer, and I say that because one of the things that I do with my own brand, Trust Visuals, is focus on trust, authenticity, and connection. And this episode is sort of a rebranding of sorts. So what we're going to cover, the goal of this video, is how can you go on your own journey, on your own personal branding, via listening to what I have to say about my own personal branding. So let's go. This video is a little bit unscripted because it's coming more from the heart. So as I said, I'm a personal branding videographer. I started shooting video around 10 years ago when I went to the New York Film Academy. My aspirations at the time, and still sort of, is to be a filmmaker, narrative filmmaker and all that. However, as times have changed, I've been adapting my goals, and I've started to learn a lot about personal branding, marketing, stuff that's also exciting for me. So what I am going to briefly cover is how I'm approaching my own personal brand and how I am leaning on hard on the fact that I focus in authenticity a lot. And the thing is that 2 years ago, I started this YouTube channel, Trust Visuals. And at the time, I started to shoot professionally with a niche segment, which is coaches, personal branding experts, like in marketing areas, therapy, wellness, CEOs. I have worked with a lot of interesting people. And as I started focusing on that niche segment of the market, I started seeing things that I enjoy and some stuff that I didn't enjoy as much. One of the things that I didn't enjoy as much is the intense focus on superficial things, at least to myself, such as the glamour of entrepreneurship or the glamour of having your own personal brand. And to be honest, I started to step back away from that because that was not who I wanted to be. I chose the name Trust Visuals, you can see it on my screen here, because my core values are trust and authenticity. So I wanted to keep working with people who also believe on those sorts of ideas. So I started to hone down and filter more and saying no a lot to a lot of clients and just focusing on my ideal client, which are the ones that are truly trying to help people and know that things are built in the long run and things are being built one step at a time. And that is important. I started to realize that my path was being, how do I say, divergent? Started to diverge from those ideals, to be honest. And when I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, I was way too much focused on subscribers, view counts, and all that. And of course, I got discouraged when I saw that my channel didn't grow. But then I started to learn more about meditation, mindfulness, and all that. I practice meditation a lot. And when I say a lot, it's like, okay, I started to read about meditation and I started to practice a little bit more. But there was a point where I had so much anxiety that I decided to go full on and started meditating on a daily basis just to calm my nerves. And eventually, after 3 months, I decided, oh, I did like the Forrest Gump thing, that when he started to run, he said, well, might as well stretch this goal and go to this next point. So I started to think to myself, so since I've been meditating for like 3 months, what will it look like if I meditated 1 full year on a daily basis without fail? So I started to stick to my goal of meditating every day, with the goal to meditate 365 days straight without breaking. And I did. And there was no parade receiving me at the end. There was no people applauding and all that. But it felt good. It felt personally great. So I started thinking, okay, what if I adapt this habit to the rest of my life? What would it look like if I started to do things just for playing the long game, just for doing the work of it, which is a concept that Ryan Holiday explains on his book Ego is the Enemy, which I highly recommend you guys read that book. So that's what I pop up with the idea. Well, you tried to do YouTube before. What it would look like if you, instead of focusing so much on subscribers and views, what it would look like if you just posted 100 videos. That's it. When I die, when I'm on my deathbed, I wanted to say to myself, I posted 100 videos on YouTube. Hopefully more, but just to have a objective numerical goal, I'm putting 100. So today is the first of one of those videos. This is video number 1 of 100 of my small rebranding, so to speak. So what I'm trying to say about this is that building a personal brand takes a long time. Surprise, surprise, right? Building a personal brand takes a long time, and there's no magic bullet. You have to put in this work. So what I have found and what I have seen working with all my clients is that you have to have fun with it. You have to really love it. You have to approach it as if it were a game. Right now, I'm approaching my personal brand as a game. I want to continue learning how to express myself in front of the camera, how to grow more charismatic. And we'll see what happens comparing at the end from this first video to how it looked like when I reach 100 videos. It will be an interesting observation in myself as I continue to grow and practice being in front of the camera and just having plain down fun. That's one of the core things that I also need to hammer on to you guys and to myself. So, disclaimer, of course, since I'm also in love with marketing and stuff like that, of course I will continue best practices of marketing. I will use, for example, SEO on the titles of YouTube. Of course, I will say to you guys, subscribe, of course, perfect opportunity. But I'm going to do that as a game to see where it goes. I'm not going to focus so much as I did before. It's like, oh, I didn't have much views, I don't have enough subscribers and all that, because that's a thing that harms your mindset. Because if you're focusing on superficial vanity metrics and you don't focus on the long run, you're going to quit, as I did when I started this channel around 2 years ago. But now I'm back, and now I'm not going to quit. I'm going to keep posting videos on a weekly basis. And hopefully this inspires you for what you guys are doing. I'm going to talk about here a lot about mindset, personal branding, but I'm going to share also my journey of what I want to do for the future. Because right now, as I said in the beginning, or at least I hope I said at the beginning, I'm a part-time videographer. I still have a normal day job. I still have other streams of income because I still cannot work full-time as a media creator. And I don't want to give a BS image that I'm, wow, successful, I'm ranking and money and all that jazz, because at the end I also practice minimalism a bit, and I also think that's BS. The true objective here is to be happy with who you are and to be happy with what you're doing on a daily basis. And that's what I'm trying to hammer on here. And I think I said that word again, but okay, moving on. So I want to share things that I value in authenticity, and one of the things I never mentioned before, and you just briefly talk about it, is the condition that I have. I have Moebius Syndrome. And what does that have to do with personal branding? Well, uh, as I gain more exposure, I'm part-time, but I have my uh, client base and it reaches out to me from time to time, and I'm continuing growing. I want to also briefly touch about what causes my facial paralysis. If I'm going to be present during videos, some people might wonder. So let's just take that elephant out of the room and just address it head on, and then we'll go to fun stuff. So I have Moebius Syndrome. It's a rare condition that affects like a minimal percentage of the population. So I hit the jackpot. So Moebius syndrome affects the 6th and 7th cranial nerves, and it affects my. It gives me a facial paralysis. It gives me also some problem twitching in my eyes. Not twitching. I cannot close my eyes really, among other things. And that is something that has not stopped me from doing all the things that I have done. I have worked with many wonderful people, people who I admire, people who are incredibly successful in their business. I've worked with supermodels, I've worked in movies as an extra, granted, and it has been a fun ride. So this has not stopped me from working with people and from being in front of the camera. A few of my clients have sent me their videos bad because they want me to cut something because they didn't look they didn't enjoy or they didn't appreciate how they look in camera because of some wrinkle or something like that. And the point is that everybody has the same insecurities. Everybody has the same complexions or the same story that they tell on their minds, that I'm not good enough for this or I'm not good enough for that. So if I've been able to build this small brand working with these wonderful people, with all these wonderful people, I should say, you, whoever is watching this video right now, you can do also anything, no matter what are your circumstances. So I hope that helps a little bit to inspire some of you, at least, hopefully all of you. And to finish this small rebranding video, I also want to touch what are my long-term goals with this YouTube channel now. Well, of course, I said that I want to post 100 videos. Also, I'm going to continue speaking about my journey building this brand, this personal brand, and also my overall brand, which is video and media. I'm going to continue working as a personal brand and videographer, but I also want to share stories that helps us become better people on an everyday basis. I'm obsessed with mindset and all that, and I'm going to convey that message via either sharing my story with you guys or also filming personal stories of other people, and also occasionally doing a narrative small short film and stuff like that. The creative things I can do in these channels are endless, and I want to bring that message into one small channel where you can go in, get inspired, or learn some stuff so you can apply on your own and go on with your life. So I'm very excited, and I hope I see you on the next episode.